1, 2, sit, break fall, technical stand. 1, 2. Couple more. Okay, that's good. We're gonna do the same thing. Now, again, if you don't have mats at home, it's gonna stress the importance of doing it with proper form. Okay, so I'm gonna walk forward. I'm gonna do a pistol squat. Break fall. Look at how my feet come up. Stand. Test yourself. See if you guys can do this without break falling. Just doing the side roll. Boom. Or you guys can add in the break fall. So that means that you left your feet connected. If you guys get a hard fall, it's because you left your feet connected longer than you needed to. Boom. See how my feet come up? Then I can stand. Take the fall a little bit more. Couple more on that one. Very good, very good. Okay, let's stay on the mat now. Everybody find a little lane. And I'm gonna have you guys do this forward and back. Grab your shoulders or grab your collars. And I'm gonna crawl my shoulders and my feet. Crawl, 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 crawl. And then look at how I walk forward. Just little crawls, little crawls, little crawls forward until you reach the edge of your mat. And now I'm gonna walk again. Crawling the shoulder, walking the feet. When I get to the end, I'm gonna crawl, I'm gonna crawl, I'm gonna crawl forward again. And one more time. Shoulder crawl. And then crawl forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You alright? Didn't finish your third one. Christian's getting tired, y'all. Hard day. A case of the Mondays. Okay, guys. Now let's just work our shrimp drill. Right? If you have full mat space, you should be able to get 1 and then 2, and then the forward shrimp. Okay, 1 and 2, forward shrimp, or shrimp and then forward shrimp. Okay, so here. And if you don't have a lot of space, just do here and then back forward. And then back forward. And back forward, okay? You can do that in solo, in space by yourself. Right? If you got the space, let's shrimp. 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 And then when you get here, shrimp forward. Shrimp forward. Shrimp forward. And then again. Shrimp. 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 And then try the other forward shrimp. If you got space and you got mat space for it. And then 3 times. 2, 3. Come on, Christian. Let's go, buddy. You got this. Try out your different variations of forward shrimp. Nice, guys. Very good. Very good. Very good, guys. Okay. Last one. 2 ways to do this. I can shrimp twice, thread the needle, or I can just simply, in space, shrimp to belly down, cross defend, knees up to elbows, and then sit through. Your head should be back facing where your feet were. Sit through and back. Let's do a few of those, guys. Let's go, guys. Let's go, Christian. Couple more. bet y'all haven't missed these. Bet y'all haven't missed them. One more. It'd be difficult for me to get a good read from him. Okay, so what we're gonna work, guys, is we're gonna be facing away from our partner. Okay, so Christian, come. No, I'm facing away from you. Right. So we're here. We got good spacing. Okay, so I'm gonna have Christian. I'm gonna stand a little bit shorter for him. I'm gonna have Christian reach up behind me and grab me around my head, around my shoulders, with his right hand. Okay, so as he does that, he's gonna put his hand behind my hip, right? Because if he doesn't, guys, and he's just like, if he stands close to me like this, look at how I can drop down, I can lift him up, and I can throw him over the top. Okay, so to avoid that from happening, he's going to put his hand behind my back, and he's going to start pulling me back, right? And see how it pulls me back right here? And I'll show it one time. Okay, so if I just grab him like this, he can easily grab my arm and throw me. Okay, so to avoid that, go to throw me. See how I sit back and I start pulling his head back, right? And from here I can start choking him, right? So to avoid that, right, I'm going to work this next throw, okay? So Christian's going to grab around my neck. He's going to put his hand behind my back, and actually Christian's still in a position. No, okay, now it's better. Right, now I can step behind. From here, because he's already pulling me back, that means his weight is back on his heels. Okay, it makes it real easy for me to then throw. From the throw, look at how my knee is on the armpit. I step over the head, and I fall back. And remember the lesson that we worked from this weekend, Friday and Saturday. I always am going to bring this arm back over the hip that's closest to his legs, here. Okay? So right to the arm bar from the OSOTO GARI. Outside leg reach. Okay, so if I'm here and I'm facing you guys, he's reaching back and he's going here. Boom. I step behind. Actually, let's get a little bit more space. Okay, so I'm gonna be facing this way. Christian's gonna start pulling me back. Right, grabs around my head. Look at how I can hop over. Now I throw. Step over his head, right to the arm bar. Okay, I'll do one more, and then I'm gonna have Christian do it. Okay, so I'm here, he's pulling me back. Look at how this foot steps, right? And now I can hop. From here, I throw. Boom. Put my hand down if I need it. Drop back, and arm bar. Okay, so now Christian's gonna do it to me. I'm gonna stand over here, I'm gonna reach around, hand is on his hip. I start pulling him back, he's gonna step. Boom. Now don't fall, don't fall. Stand up, stand up. Wait, stand up, put that knee on my armpit. And guys, be careful as you're falling back. It's really easy to hyperextend the arm, right? So be careful. Don't hurt your partner. Ready? Watch, guys, and as you get better at drilling it, you should be able to, boom, and go to grab him, right? He's okay. I'm okay, actually. He threw me. Guys, be careful. Make sure the first step is a step to the mat, right? So as Christian grabs me, my first step is going to be like my foot going to the mat. But if I keep it there and I try to throw him, he can actually throw me. If I keep that foot connected, I need to take the weight off of that leg and onto this leg. Okay, so as he's pulling me back, I step behind. Look at how my weight goes into this foot. Okay, so again, right, as he's grabbing me around my neck and pulling me back, boom. Right, and then pull up on that arm, knee on belly, step, and arm bar. OSOTO GARI. Christian, go first. Okay, so on your back. Side control. Okay, so Christian's gonna have frames, right? And I'm gonna be double knees down, right? What do I mean by that? I mean, both of my knees are gonna be in, right? See, I'm like this. I don't wanna be sprawled out right here. This doesn't work well for the drill. It doesn't work well for the transition. And honestly, what I always tell tell people when I'm teaching how to escape the side control, especially with an elbow escape, is that you never try to do elbow escape when they're on their toes and they're sprawled out, right? It's just going to be futile. It's going to be futile effort, right? You don't need to. But at the same time, you got to understand that this is just maintenance, right? The person on top, if they're just sprawled out and they're just putting weight on you, I can't submit him with both of my feet out, with being sprawled out, with trying to hold him down, okay? So if I'm trying to hold him down, I'm understanding that that's all I'm trying to do, right? So he needs to know that on bottom and know that he's safe and know that life isn't that bad, right? Like he's under a lot of pressure right now, right? I am putting my weight on him, but I'm not killing him, right? I don't have him in an armbar, I don't have him in a choke. So he needs to just chill, maintain, and wait, okay? The transition time is going to come when I go to bring my knees in to try to set up an attack, right? To set up an arm lock or whatever. That's when he can escape. And in this case, he's going to grab a single leg, and actually he's going right into it. Okay, so from here, look at what I'm going to do, guys. I'm not just going to sit back like this, because if I did, he would just take this hand, he would tap this knee, and he would drive me over. Boom. Okay, so what's natural instinct when I'm in a single leg? I'm going to stand up to this foot, and I'm going to start sprawling, right? If I was to actually go to defend the technique, I would grab a whizzer right here. I would sprawl out, and he would pancake into the mat, right? But instead, single leg. Instead, he's going to have a strong head right here. This is the way that this works really good. Keep a strong head, and you want to look through the opponent, right? So as the person on top, he wants to keep your ear, put your ear on me. Like, listen for my heartbeat, okay? And now I want you to step this foot up. Boom, okay? Now he's going to pull my knee out through here. Okay? I break fall, and now look at where I'm at. I'm in side control. Guess what? Now it's my turn. He's bringing both knees in, and you guys can do this amongst yourselves. If Christian wants to stay sprawled out right here and keep his weight on me, then this is the drill that we're going to do. I'm going to wait for him to bring his knees in, right? And when he goes to bring his knees in, this is where I can bridge, and then elbow leads to underhook. Underhook. Boom. From here, lift him up all the way. And now, belly down, grab the knee, and then look at how I start circling towards the inside. Step the foot up, right? And he's not going to sprawl, so I'm just going to tap the knee and then come up to the side control. So if they don't sprawl, they don't step this foot up, right, and try to stay up and whizzer, right? See how I can cut that angle? Now I pull that leg out. Elbow over, side control. If he was to try to shrimp right here, he'd run into some trouble. But instead he's going to wait. I go knees in. Okay, underhook, 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 underhook. Okay, now grab a single leg. Grab a single leg, boom. Okay, look at how I sprawl right here. If I don't sprawl, then he just taps the knee, boom. And now jump over in side control. Okay, so that's the drill. Those are the two options. Right, so again, instead, I'm going to actually do my job. And as he goes to the underhook, so elbow leads to the underhook, goes the belly down, he grabs a single leg. Look at how I put weight onto him. Right, he steps that foot up, and he pulls that leg through. Swim over the top of this. No. Around my head. Okay, frames. Let's turn this way. Watch, guys. Bridge, underhook. Build your base. Walk towards him. Look at where I'm going to pull this knee. Boom. Break fall for the person on bottom. It's a lot of pressure. A lot of times it ends up in a standing single leg. Boom, I'm here and here. Knees in. Frames, underhook. Alright, so if I stand right here, he stands with me, and he finishes the single leg. And that's our drill. It is, he goes to start underhooking, okay? So the way that I've been doing this lately, guys, is I'm going to sprawl out on my left side, because remember what I was saying about that whole transition and maintenance positioning on top? If I'm sprawled out and I'm trying to keep him from moving and bridging and shrimping, then it's going to be very hard for me to do so while I'm looking for a submission, right? But the way that I like to do this is like a hybrid, okay? So if I have both knees in, then yes, he can bridge, he can get his underhook, right? And start shrimping out, okay? If I'm like this, with both legs out, go ahead. it's going to be very difficult. He didn't even want to try. So when I'm looking for a submission, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do like a hybrid here where I'm going to have my hands underhooking and hooking around his head. And I'm going to bring my knee in towards his head while still staying sprawled out on my hip right here. Okay? This is going to allow me to set up to start going for my Kimura. Grip on the shoulder, press, palm to palm, press, elbows down by the shoulder, grip on the wrist, and engage the wrist. From here I have my shoulder lock. Okay? That's going to lead us to our next one, right? So let's start with this first. We'll work just a couple minutes each on it, right? Because I think everybody's done the Americana before, right? We did that week 3, I think. Okay, so let's work it again. Here and here, press forward, palm to palm. Now I'm going to press forward again, guys, because if I try to go right here and I try to get the arm lower, right, it gives him my hips, and now he can push me over the top, right? He has all my weight and can escape easily. So I'm going to drive forward until about right here. Can you try to press me over the top? No. So now I'm going to go here. Now I can press forward. Let's scoot back. Okay, so now I can press forward. From here, guys, and make sure this is important too. I didn't go over it the first time. I don't even think I did it because Christian's a little bit small and easier to control, right? So what I'm going to do, guys, is after I've pinned his hand to the mat, elbow down by his shoulder next to his head, and I've grabbed my Kimura grip, right, or my key lock grip right here, figure 4 grip, I'm gonna change my sprawl to here. So my knee is in by his hip, I'm sprawled out on his arm, on his shoulders, okay, and now I can look back towards his elbow, engage my wrists, and submit. Okay, one last time. Turn this way, this way. Okay, so he's got frames. I'm sprawled out towards his hip, and my knee is up by his head. This allows me to start looking for my Kimura. I grab his shoulder and I grab my hand. Press. Palm to palm. Press and sink back. Lock my grips with the figure 4, and now I'm going to switch my hips. Look back towards his elbow. Can you punch it over your head? Okay. So here, engage the wrists. I haven't even engaged him yet, and he's tapping already, guys. So here's the deal. If I just go to lift right here, or if I just go to lift, it's not strong. But as soon as I engage those wrists, guys, that's when it starts getting really tight, and it's hard for him to bridge and punch out of it, and we have our Americana. Questions on this first one? This guy's going to end up taking his hand out of there and bring it over the top. So as soon as I go here, right, he takes that hand out and, puts it in front of my face or whatever, or curls it over my arm is typically what would happen. They would bring it this way, right, to avoid the Americana. Okay. So from here, I'm just going to use this hand that's on the armpit, that's on the shoulder. I'm going to take this hand over. I put my hand on the mat and I'm going to pull him up. From here, I bring the knee that's closest to his legs, and I bring it towards his head, and I'm going to step over his head. From here, extend, pull, switch, grip the wrist. I have the Kimura grip now. Let's turn back this way, Christian. Okay, so I now have the Kimura grip. I'm going to glue the triceps to my chest, and then I get tall. From here, if he's grabbing a grip on anything, I break the grip, I lift up, and I put it behind his back. Keep it at 90 degrees, guys. I don't want to take it straight and then try to take it down. I want to keep it at 90 degrees, and then I can get my finish. Option number 2, if this guy is grabbing his hand or he's hiding his hand on his leg, which is what will happen a lot of times, I'm going to step up, and I drop back for my arm bar. Also, keep in mind, if I'm here and I pull him up to his side and he's already going to defend, I'll push the head down and I'll just go straight to the arm bar for the 180 arm bar, guys. So, Kimura, 180 arm bar combination. Let's turn it this way. Okay, so I'm looking for my Americana. I press forward. he hides the arm. I can bring my elbow over, I pull him up. From here, guys, look at how I can get up on my feet. I have my elbow over his ribs. I'm curling him to me, right? I don't want to be over the top like this and then trying to pull him up. It doesn't work good. Curl the elbow in. My hand can be on the mat for some stability, and then I get light on my feet, guys, and I can walk 1, 2, and I can just switch and grab the Kimura, or fulcrum behind the shoulder with my foot. Foot is over the head, and again, when I'm finishing this armbar, I'm going to take it over the hip that's closest to his legs. Here. Okay? Let's turn again. Head facing this way. Okay, so I'm here. I look to press forward for my Americana. He switches. Pull him up onto his edge. Walk over the head. Switch. Like one, keep like a grip or something. Pull it out, up. Keep it connected to your chest and down for my Kimura. Even from here too, you guys can go right to the arm lock from here. Step up. Sit back, see how I have the grip. Even if he's going to like grab a grip, try to grab it before he grabs that grip, guys. And finish. To go straight from the arm lock. Here, walk up. 180 arm lock. Those are our two options, guys. They work hand in hand together, so that's why I like to teach them together. Any questions? Okay, guys, let's drill a couple minutes each on that one. I know we're getting short on time, but let's get a couple minutes each, and then ask me if you guys got any questions or anything. And I think we got some good video of that one too, and we'll make sure to get it all edited and stuff for you guys this time. Cool? Okay, let's drill. Will you set your clock for 2 minutes? Sorry?
Could you show me the part again really quick where you turn him onto his side?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, for sure. Let's see.
Sorry, Christian.
No, he's okay. He's holding it down for the cause. Okay, so again, here. This is where I'll curl him up. So like if you're sprawled out, boom, get up to your knees and pull. So I got the elbow pulling inside on his ribs. And then from here I can like push on his head and I can get up and start walking around. Or if you like just need to bring the knee over here and here and then step over, that's fine. I almost turn. I go from facing his head to facing his legs, right? And then I kind of shortcut it a little bit. I can go right into the arm lock or the Kimura off of that. Does that make sense?